Hi everyone, this is a video for the nutrient description series, and we're going to talk about proteins. We're going to talk about the digestion, the absorption, and the metabolism of protein, as well as the classification of proteins, what proteins are, and what do they do. So let's start. Proteins. Proteins is a nutrient with triple functionality, so they can be used as energy, as plastic function, and as regulatory function. Indeed, proteos means center, means everything, and that's why proteins are called like that. Proteos means the center, and they should be, in some cases, the center of the diet. I mean, not the majority, but they should have the main focus. The classification of proteins. Well, proteins are made by amino acids, and we have 3 types of amino acids. There are 20, and 8 of them are essential, 2 are semi-essential, and the rest are non-essential amino acids. There are branched amino acids, aromatic amino acids, hydroxylated amino acids, sulfuric amino acids, basic amino acids, acidic amino acids, amide amino acids, and cyclic amino acids. Classification of proteins as, again, plastic, regulatory, and energetic functions. Holo or heteroprotein, that means the same amino acid, and this with different amino acids. Fibrous or globular, this is the form they can get in space. Animal or vegetable, the source. And then chemical and biological. Chemical, we have the limiting amino acid and the protein standard. The limiting amino acid in one food is the essential amino acid present in that food in a lower concentration. The protein standard is the best protein profile we can get, and the best of the best in food sources is the egg. The egg proteins have the best standard. Then, as biological classification, we have the growth, the availability, the value, and the retention. So the growth is the ability of to be anabolic in our body. The availability is how many of those amino acids in food we're going to be able to actually use. The value and retention are basically what we can achieve with those amino acids in our body. We have the digestion and absorption. In the stomach, we have pepsin and renin. Pepsin and renin are used to digest the proteins into amino acids. They attack the bonds between the amino acids and they destroy them, releasing peptides and even single amino acids. Then in duodenum, we have the pancreatic juice with the trypsin. The trypsin is very similar to the pepsin, and the trypsin continues to break down those peptides and proteins into amino acids. And in the small intestine, we have the intestinal juice with dipeptidases and tripeptidases. If you remember from the video of the carbohydrates, the intestinal juice was breaking down the disaccharides, and here we are breaking down the tripeptides and the dipeptides because the previous steps maybe were not very effective, and some dipeptides and tripeptides may go through. So in this step we are going to destroy those bonds between them and release free amino acids. The absorption is in the jejunum and ileum, and they are absorbed as amino acids and small peptides. That's why it's very important we chop those proteins down to amino acids and small peptides. The metabolism, well, in the fat state, we have the protein synthesis, and in the fasting state, we have the energy production. Because as having triple functionality, they can adjust their functionality based on the circumstances. So in the fat state, well, we can have the anabolism, the transaminations in the liver from oxaloacetate and pyruvate. Steric and albumin synthesis. Remember, albumin can be used for muscle creation and repair. And then glycogenesis and lipogenesis via the aminations. So we have the anabolic state here. And in the fasting state, they can be used as energy production. Hyperglycemic hormones, remember from the first video, hyperglycemic hormones such as glucagon, cortisol, and then neurotransmitters, adrenaline and noradrenaline, and they create the proteolysis and then the oxidative deamination. And this will eventually create acetyl-CoA and go inside the Krebs cycle to create energy. Well, that's it for proteins, and I hope you understood how proteins are digested and absorbed in our body, and the classifications of proteins, and a little bit of the metabolism. Share this video to friends and family to let them know proteins are important for our diet, and like, subscribe if you're new, and see you on the next one.